Yes, guys, am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So now today let us get started with creating the false ceiling. So for creating a false ceiling, I'll what I'm going to do is I'll hide this wall first of all. I'll double click on the surface. I'll select this element. I'll hit the Control C command, and I'll press Escape. Then I'll again go to pasting place option, and I'll right click on it and convert it into a group. Now we'll move the group downward at a drop of about 450 mm. Okay, uh, that means 1.5 feet we are reducing the height of the ceiling. Now we need to double click on it and we will push pull it up till 300 mm around. Okay, we are push pulling it of at 300 mm because when we look at the reference image now of this particular element, let me show it. Have I shared the reference images on your WhatsApp?
Yes, sir.
I haven't shared
Nice,
the
sir. No.
image with you. That can open up the bed reference. I would have downloaded the reference images. Eh? Mhm. It's not over here. Then should be over here. Yeah, this one. Okay. So now, as you can see that we have created a drop of 450 mm, but you can clearly see this height is quite low as compared to this one, and this this is a true ceiling. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'll go to the SketchUp. We'll double click over here. We will push pull it at a drop of 500 mm again. Then now for false ceiling, I'll take that dimension tool from over here. Or what you can do is you can create the false ceiling using this elevation layout. Okay, instead of this one, we can create the false ceiling by using this elevation section layout. So we can see that this drop is of 350 and this drop is of 250. So we are increasing its drop from 450 to for 350 to 450. Now we need to take the width from this account. So the total width of this particular element is 1350. So I'll double click on it, and first of all I'll create a tape tool of 1350 width. Then I'll create a line segment to divide this surface. Now we will apply a push pull of 100 mm over here, 50 mm again. I'm creating a drop of 150 mm over here now. Okay. Now you can clearly see this is a rectangular grid false ceiling coming down from all the corner. Now. This width will be of about 300 mm around. So I'll I'll apply an offset of 300 mm. Then now we can see there we are getting a zigzag element over here. So what I'm going to do is I'll cover it into a single with a straight line. Then we'll again push pull it at a depth of 120 mm, and we'll reduce its depth as 50 mm. So this is 100 mm. Okay, so in this manner we have created a false ceiling, like this kind of false ceiling. Okay, so let me uh, okay, I've created a reptile over here. Now let me do one more thing. We can see this drop is of 300 mm, right? So I'll increase the drop as 150 mm. 150 mm is over here also. Then I'll cover this with line, and we'll create a drop of 50 mm from over here as well. Okay, so in this manner we have created a false ceiling like this one. You can clearly see that this is somewhat overlapping with one another. Double click over here. I'll push pull it up till this height. That's 50 mm. Okay. Now we have created a false ceiling like this one, and this drop is about 140 mm. It's fine. Now we need to create a paneling layout for this TV unit like this one. So for creating a paneling layout, what I'm going to do is I'll use the tape. We can use either the tape tool, or what we can do is uh, we can use the thickness from over here. As we can clearly see, this is of 8200 82 mm width. Okay. Um, so that means after this board we have to add a plyboard. Okay, on that plyboard the laminate will get fixed, and there will be a framing element over here, which we can see over here. Okay, so we'll go to the SketchUp, double click over here. We'll create a tape tool of 12 mm width. When we'll press escape, we'll create a rectangle tool. I'll double click on it and convert it into a group. Then I'll apply push pull, and I'll drop it up till the skirting. Okay. We'll move even them also at 12 mm gap. Okay. Now it's fine. Okay. Then we will delete the guides. Now we need to fill this cover. So I'll double click over here. I'll copy this edge at a gap of 12.5 mm. Sorry, 12 mm. And close this gap. First of all, I'll hide this element as well. So in this manner, we have created a false ceiling for this segment. Now when we come over here now, you can see that there is a gap between the this shelf and this element. So I'll double click over here. I'll apply a push pull and I'll attach with this one. We can clearly see that this gap is of 50 mm. So what I'm going to do is I'll double click on this shelf. I'll copy this surface. Then I'll press escape. Then I'll hit on paste in place. Then I'll right click on it and I'll convert it into a group. Then again I'll double click on it and attach it with the top base. This is going to be our top cornice. So I'll reduce its depth as 20 mm from both the side. And I'm going to apply this black material over here as well. Now, there's one more thing that I'm going to do is okay, I'll hide these elements first of all. Okay, I'll double click over here. I'll double click on it again, and we will push pull it. Let me first of all check the width. The complete width of this segment is 600 mm. Okay, so first of all, what I'm going to do is I'll apply a push pull at the surface at a gap of 600 mm. Then we will delete these elements. We'll apply a tape. We'll create a tape line using tape tool of 600 mm. Then we'll push pull it to this surface. Delete this element. I'll double click on it and I drag it down and up to over here. Okay. Let me undo this because it will change the perspective of that particular thing. So I'll keep it in this manner only. Okay. So now uh, we have created the TV. We have created this wall as well. Now we need to provide this profile light. So for profile light, we can see the gap from this corner is around 250. Okay, so we'll double click on this panel. We'll copy this edge and we'll copy it in green axis at a gap of 250. Then we'll again copy it in green axis at a gap of 20 mm. Then I'll push pull it at a gap of 5 mm. Then we'll go to the V-Ray. Okay, and will provide a emissive material on this particular surface. So for that, I'm going to create a emissive material. For that, we'll go to Material tab. In this, we'll go to the emissive element. Now we'll open the Property tab. I'll increase the intensity of this light as 5, and I'm going to create some warm effect. So I'll change this color to some yellow kind of color effect. Okay, I'll reduce the intensity by 2, also suppose 1.5. Okay, then I'll apply this intensity of light intensity over this particular groove, and I'll apply this black material on this groove. Okay, then we'll copy this element edge at a gap of 250 mm. Then I'll copy it at a gap of 20 mm. So then we'll push pull it at a gap of 5 mm. Then I'll attach this line so that a surface will get created. Then I'll apply a push pull and I will push pull it up till the surface. I'll apply a missing material over here. Then I'll pick up this black material and I'll apply this black material over this particular surface. So similarly, here also we need to create a panel. So that layout we have created in AutoCAD. You can see that we have increased its width up to 100 mm, right? So we'll apply a zoom out feature, and first of all I will hide this wall. I'll create a rectangle using rectangle command from this corner somewhere over here. I'll convert it into a group. Then I'll move it in red axis at a gap of 100 mm. I'll double click on it and create a thickness of 12 mm over here. Then I'll drop it down up to over here. So use the control command so that uh, okay, so that a distributed surface will get created. I will attach it up till over here. I will copy this element at a gap of 12 mm and will push pull it and will attach it to this particular wall. Now we need to increase its height. So for that I'll select it and create it up till over here. And this as well by using I've created this by using control key. Okay. So I'll attach it with this point. So because this is going to be our door. So before creating anything else, there will be a, a frame element over here. So for that, I'll copy this surface. I'll copy this edge. I'll select this three edges. Or before doing anything, na, let me check what's the width of this particular frame. Around 60. You can check over here as well. Uh, Okay, it's 61 rounds. Okay, so I'll select these three edges. I'll apply an offset of gap 61. Okay, then I'll apply a push pull and I'll remove the surface and later on these lines as well. Okay, now I'll double click on this particular surface. I'll use a line tool and I'll delete this surface and we'll again apply a push pull from the surface to this surface and I'll again push pull it at a gap of 5 mm. Now I'll double click on the surface. I will copy this edge to this at a gap of 250 mm and then I'll copy it at a gap of 20 mm. Then I'll push pull it at a gap of 5 mm. Okay. So in this manner, we have created this segment of fall ceiling. Now we can see that we have to provide some lights on this particular element. Okay, and we need to provide some grooving element over here as well. So what I'm going to do is I'll hide these bed. I'll hide these element as well. Okay, so now for creating the ledge wall, now what we are going to do is we'll create first of all a rectangle from this corner to this corner. Then we'll convert it into a group, and I'll move this element from this corner to this corner, and then we'll move it downward at this drop, and then we'll push pull it upward at a height of 10. We can take the height as from over here. What the height that we have taken here is 1050. So I'll double click on the surface. I'll push pull it at a height of 1050. Okay, we need to create the above paneling layout now. So the paneling, for paneling, what I'm going to do is I'll use the rectangle tool. I'll create these boxes. I'll convert it into a group. And first of all, rotate it at 90 degree. Then we'll rotate it, and then we'll move it from this point to this point. Then we'll move it in red axis at a width of around what was the width that we have taken? It would be mentioned in this elevation. Eh? So first of all, 6 mm ply, then 12 mm board. Okay, so it's a 12 mm board. So I'll double click on it. I'll apply a push pull of 12 mm. Okay. Okay. Now I need to reduce the height of this panel because we have reduced the height of the fall ceiling, height of the full ceiling or ceiling. So that's why we need to reduce its height, and we'll connect it. We'll reduce it depth as 200 mm. Okay. Then we'll select this element and we'll move it in red axis at a gap of 6 mm. Now we need to apply a plywood at the back of this element. So we'll use the rectangle tool to connect these two corners and select. I'll double click. I'll double click on it and convert it into a group first of all. Then we'll move it backward with red axis. Then we'll apply a charcoal material. Okay. Now we need to provide a light next light over here as well. So this gap is of 40 mm. So we'll create a gap of 20 mm first of all. Then 20 mm gap from over here and 20 mm gap from over here. Then we'll apply a emissive material. Okay. And what I else I am going to do is I'll use the rectangle toolbox and I'll create a rectangle from over here to here, and we'll rotate these object and we'll apply a scale feature. And then we'll rotate it again. Okay. I'll delete this element because it's of no use now. I'll delete this as well. Now we need to add a door over here. So before adding up a door, na, okay, let us check how it's looking. So for that, I'll click on this interactive rendering. You haven't added any material on the inner element, so inner surfaces. Okay, so as you can see that these border are of black color tone. Okay, so for that, what we are going to do is we'll double click on this false ceiling and I'll create an offset tool. I'll create a surface by offsetting it at a gap of 15 mm. Then we'll uh, increase its height to 245 mm. Then we'll provide a black tone material on this edge. Let me increase its height again, and we'll increase it height at 40 mm by 40 mm. Okay. Now we need to apply wooden material on this particular surface, right? So for checking out the inner view, now what we are going to do, we'll create a section. So for section, we'll go to this tab, section plane. We'll create a section around in red axis from over here. Then we'll click OK. Then we'll specify its view point as this one. Then we'll click on, we'll go to the Vray, we'll go to the settings, and in rendering engine, I'll switch on to GPU. I'll change the quality as high, and I'll change the denoiser as Vray denoiser and convert it into a rapid. Then we'll click on the save frame, and we'll specify the frame size that we require. Let us take it as 2000 mm. Now we just need to click on this interactive rendering. Okay, so we can see the backlight glow from over here. So if you want, you can increase the intensity, or you can change its color from white. And we can see this is a white color tone. Na? You can change its color from white to warm white. So for that, we'll go to the V-Ray, we'll go to the light, and we'll go to this rectangle light, and we'll change its color to warm white. Now you can clearly see through. And if you want to increase the intensity, you can increase the intensity from over here. Okay. So in this manner, we up till here we have created basic modeling and paneling for our bedroom. Okay. So is it clear, Dom and Ashutosh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today we'll keep it up till here. Okay. Then tomorrow we'll go and we'll place some material of wood material, paneling material over here. Okay. Then we'll apply the paint material over this panel as well. Okay.
Okay.
We'll
सर
be back. हाँ
सर
क्या
हम लोग को अगर EU पेंट जैसा इसमें